that one is recording. So all we're going to do is I'll count it in 3, 2, 1. I'll ask that question to you.
I decided to dedicate my life to helping the homeless because effectively when I left the army, I was homeless and I had nowhere to go. If it wasn't for my family and my friends helping me, I'd have been on the streets. I served in the Royal Logistics Corps whilst I was in the army for just over 13 years. I came out of the army after serving over 10 years. I was medically discharged for an injury that I sustained in the army, and my first interaction with Civvy Street was going to the job centre. The woman behind the counter was very obnoxious. She was going by her sheet on the screen of asking all the stupid questions. Can I ask you, why have you not got a job? I was like, well, I've not come here for a job. I've come here for a medical because I'm disabled. And at that, she turned around and said to me, well, you don't look disabled to me. So I stood up in the middle of the job centre and I pulled my trousers down, bearing in mind I'd actually sustained quite a substantial injury to my knee and my whole leg, and I'd had it reconstructed. And I stood there with my pants down by my legs and went, do I look disabled now? When you're in the army, you join the army, you're told what to do, when to do it. You get a set wage. From that wage, everything in that money is yours. Your bills are paid, your accommodation, your food, everything. You come out of the army, you go into Civilian Street and you get paid once a month. I didn't know where I had to go to pay my council tax. I didn't know where to go to try and get accommodation or anything. I went to the civic centre. I was told you need to start bidding on houses. And I was like, okay, how do I bid? I don't have a clue what you're on about. The man looked at me as if I was stupid. Well, why do you not know? Well, because I've just come out of the army, mate. I've had accommodation. I've never had to think about this. What else do I need to do? Spent days looking, scouring, bidding on any property because I was homeless. I didn't have nowhere to go. To this date, I was only offered 2 properties. One was a 1-bedroom flat that actually, the couch that I'd been given wouldn't even fit in the front room. So I turned that down because I couldn't utilise it properly. I had a wheelchair, I was disabled, there wasn't enough space to swing a cat, never mind put my couch in and my wheelchair and anything else. My next property I was offered was a 1-bedroom flat again on the 2nd floor. I'm disabled, I can't get up the stairs. How do you want me to get all my furniture up there and everything else? Luckily enough, I had a family member that had a property, so I then became her tenant. She was the bestest landlord I ever had in all my life, honest to God. She was brilliant. If it wasn't for my family, I wouldn't have somewhere to live. And that then started me off to where I was. That first home that I got became a home to many other people as well, because I also became a registered foster carer because I wanted to be able to help other people in the community. The first time I applied for a disability living allowance, I was told you didn't meet the criteria, you didn't have enough points. I appealed that. I remember sitting in Hartlepool Magistrate Courts at the appeal centre with 3 people sat in front of me asking me, why do you think you deserve this disability living allowance? First thing that came out of my mouth was, well, I've served 13 years for my Queen and country, mate, and I've had my knee blown off. Do you not think I deserve it? And I did, I broke down. It made me feel about this big. Sorry, just even thinking about it now. I gave my time, my life, and I'd have still been there now had I not been injured in the army. It was everything I always wanted to do. And because now I'm in Civvy Street, I then had to then think of where can I fit in society. I started off as a supply specialist in the army. We traded to be a bomb disposal expert. You know, where do them 2 things fit in Civvy Street with someone that's disabled? I was determined not to let my disability stop me doing the things that I love doing. I thrive from helping people. The first thing I do, I see a homeless person and get down on the floor. I'm talking to them face to face. I've been at their level. I've had no food in my fridge. I've not known whether I'm going to be able to keep a roof over my head. With my experience with the homeless, it drove me to set up a charity. Positive Helpful Outcomes was set up to assist homeless people, not just homeless, but veterans as well, to be able to give them a full wraparound service for anything from a minimum of 6 months to a period of 3 years. We build the package around that person, offering them the support that they need. There's never two homeless people the same. We have to work with people that have PTSD, drug addiction, alcohol addiction, and they could possibly have anxiety, depression. There's lots of different issues that people come to the table with, and working with all the organisations that we have on board with PTSD resolutions, parents in need of support. We've got Hartlepool Mind, we've got East Durham Veterans Trust, which is for our mental health for our veterans as well. We can actually branch out and get all of them people all working together for that one individual. So we work with all of the councils within the borough. We also work with drug counselling down at Whitby Street here. I've also liaised with Starfish and lots of other alcohol services over in Redcar and Cleveland and in Middlesbrough. We work really well together sometimes it doesn't. COVID's actually had a massive impact on how many homeless people we have on the street. Last year I helped 21 people. In a period of 2 months this year I've helped 17. There's only 4 more people on 1 year in 2 months. We've found many reasons why people are actually being homeless. A lot of it has been put down to COVID, with being furloughed, not being able to keep the roof over the head. But a lot of it isn't through COVID, and we've seen an increase through domestic violence. We've seen an increase through people falling out with people at home and literally being kicked out on the streets because their family members can't cope with it no more. It's having a detrimental effect on marriages, on relationships, on children, on mums, dads, grandmas. It's not just your everyday waif and stray, as people would say. There is people out there that I'm working with that have nothing. They had everything 2 months ago. A job, a roof over the head, a family that loved them. Things have escalated. They've lost the job. Positive Helpful Outcomes North East CIC relies solely on donations. We're not funded by anyone. We're actually run by a group of volunteers who give our time freely to help the homeless. We get packs for the homeless to be able to give out. So we're looking for things like towels, wash kit, essential stuff, sleeping bags, duvets. We have had a few companies that have given us stuff and donated us so that we can give out to people when we go out and see them.